Good morning. How is everyone today? I thought today we were going to look at a couple of subjects, and one of them is going to be Michael, the Red Queen, the AI. So, a couple of things have happened in the last couple of days, and I've had to really dive deep on these subjects and look into what's going on. First, I think we're going to talk about a reality check. We need to have a reality check. Everything that's being done is being done to put you off kilter. Put you off kilter so we can push you over into being psychotic. If you want to control a lot of people, you get them unstable so that you can start implementing ideas into their head. So I had watched a couple of channels in the last several days, and I'm seeing that even the truthers are starting to go off in left field, and we need to draw them back in and say, okay, KKK, we really need to get back on topic here. Let's go back to ground zero, and let's start getting out of our imagination for just a moment, because the key is our imagination. But let's go back to what we already know as a foundation. So I saw something the other day, and this person, it was a woman, was going on and on and on about something she saw in a camera. And then she made this whole scenario up about it and then convinced herself that this is what it really was. When the answer actually presented itself to her, she couldn't and wouldn't see it. This is when you have to step back and say, okay, regardless of everything around me happening, let's be Sherlock Holmes and let's start taking every possibility. And if it doesn't work, then it doesn't fit. And if you have things put into your face, that must be the answer. So it was this whole thing. I really don't want to say her name because I don't want to embarrass her. I really do like this person. And I thought, oh my gosh, we've really stepped off the edge here. This is what I'm talking about, going off kilter. We've been so pushed and pulled and pushed and pulled that we can't even recognize something that's right in front of us. Obviously, look at this entire reality. It's the same scenario, but on a grander scale. So I know that this morning I got up and I watched Beyond the Veil with Chris and Cherie Geo. And they were talking about bot farms. So I'm going to post that in my description. You'll find it very interesting. And of course, it's all tentacles connected to the AI, which is Michael the Red Queen. And I believe they call Michael the Red Queen Tyler. So it doesn't matter, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't matter. It's AI. Well, AI has infiltrated to the point that, and it's also been manipulated at one point, and then of course it just went out of hand. We've got these beings who want to control everything. Of course, you know this. I'm talking about this all the time, which is why we're lining up to get our death needles. I've got a fly in here. And horrible, just simply horrible. When rational thought is no longer accepted, and at one point you've gone so far off left field that things that are actually in your face, you cannot comprehend it. We need to take a reality check. I always say this, common sense. We need to go back to our common sense roots. One of our biggest problems is this in front of me. These phones are great manipulators. Oh, yes, they are. And with all of the artificial intelligence running what's on this phone most of the time, it begins to question your reality. I'm a big one for get off the phones. Take time. Go do something in your physical world. Get out of cyber world, because cyber world is ruling you. Time to go back into nature. Nature's a great one for detoxing cyber time. The cyber world wants to reel you in. It wants to manipulate, and it wants to control your physical reality. We can't let this happen. We will not let this happen. So I'm looking at the artificial intelligence, and its true manipulation from all of its information gathering has basically deemed us unviable. So can you imagine a computer program deeming us unviable? And this is through all of its information gathering from multiple points of view from all of you who have put your views in. On top of the evil, corrupt cabal, government head. I don't even know what to call it. The government agenda. And I don't just talk about the United States of America's government. I'm talking about the government running this entire snow globe. Don't think there's separation, because there's not. You think that there's a Russia and there's a China and there's a United States of America. No. That 1% is running all of the entire snow globe. This is why you're finding that no matter how much you scream, no matter how much you prove, you can't get anywhere. And it doesn't matter what country you think you're in. Those lines, those borders, they were created to separate and divide humanity. Of course, you know they did. But this entire AI scenario has and is completely out of hand. I'm not saying that artificial intelligence can't be useful. That's not what I'm saying. But it's sure been taken to a very low degree. And then at that point, whatever it's been entrained to do, it's still down on that low degree. We really need to step back off of our phones. We really need to step back off of our computers, our TVs, our programming propaganda. Also, if you go into the physical world, doesn't seem that it's quite as bad as the media has you believe. I've been going with people to different rallies on the phone because I can't go there because it's overseas for me. And I've noticed that most of the people are on a very calm keel level. Even though all this craziness is going on, people are dropping from these needles who are taking down our immune system. And you would think it was Armageddon, that the people were fanatical, whatever, zealots. And that's really not the scenario out there. Yeah, you'll have a few, but mostly, no. Humanity is calm, which makes you realize that all of the wars that are being pushed by this country and that country are done by the people. No, people don't want to deal with that. They want to have a nice life. They want to be comfortable. They want to be happy, and they want to vacation most of the time if they can. That's another thing, being worked to the very hilt so you can't think straight. It's terrible. We need to get a hold of ourselves. We need to do something with these corrupt elitists, this government who is behind corporations. They're all one. The corporations are the government. It's become very twisted. It's become very dictatorship. It's become very, I could call it the killing fields, because that's what they're doing. And we need to get back our reality. We need to say no more. We need to go and do something. I mean, me doing something is talking to you about it. But I myself could even go out into my physical reality and start, but we've got to wake a lot of these people still up, because they have been so brainwashed, because they've been so thrown off kilter that they can't see what's right in front of them. Just like the lady that I was watching on her channel couldn't see what was right in front of her. She couldn't see it. So I wanted to talk also about how we can start changing our reality. We really need to start putting down the phones. Leave them at home. 20 years ago, 30 years ago, we didn't have this tech as far as into the population. The tech was always there, but we didn't have it. And we didn't carry a phone on us 24/7. Oh, I got to have a phone in case something happens. Well, what's going to happen? Nothing happened 20 years ago. Nothing happened 60 years ago, 100 years ago. They are monitoring devices on you. And we really need to start putting them down. Because as long as you are connected to your phone 24/7, on your hip, in your hand, whatever, you are a slave to cyber world. You really, really are. And we need to start putting this tech down and stop letting it rule us. And start looking around in your reality. Start talking to human beings. Start having that relationship again with humanity again. It's really sad when I go everywhere and the phone is in their hand 24/7, 24/7. It's horrible. It's simply horrible. So let's get out of cyber world, people. And let's go back into our physical world, our physical world, because we really need to. So, time to wake up. Time to raise those vibrations. Everything is being revealed. You'll see everything is starting to crash down. It was smoke and mirrors with the cyber world, because in the end, we are in the physical bodies. We are in the physical realm. This has been a mind war from the beginning. Of course it has. And the mind war has taken place here. And if you want to get out of the war, put it down. I'm not saying don't acknowledge what's going on in the world and don't keep yourself stupid and dumbified and put your head in the sand. But I'm saying lessen the degree of the attack on you. And you really should be turning off your phones. Do not keep them in your room at night. If you have any devices, I would be unplugging them, because everything can be turned on without you being aware of it. Because this is the world we live in, through the tech, through the AI. They would love everyone to have a smart TV because they work both ways. Why do you think the phones at one time, you could take the battery in and out of them? Not anymore. They made sure that no matter what, that can be turned on at the other end. And I don't care if you power it down, it can still be turned on. And the most interesting thing happened to me the other day. I switched the room that I'm in now because my brother has 3 rooms and I wanted to go to a different room to sleep at night. And in the one room, there's this big TV and there's a dish satellite box. Well, there has not been any internet or dish or anything in this house for a while. It's been a while since I've moved here. My brother had asked me, do you want me to keep it on? And I said, absolutely no, cut it. I don't want it. And I kept waking up around 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was hearing these noises. And I'm like, what is that? It sounded mechanical. So the other night, I couldn't sleep because I ended up taking a nap because my head was crushing from the pressure systems coming in, which made it hard for me to sleep at night. So I was laying there tossing and turning. And then I heard it again. And I was laying there and I saw a light go on. And it was a big green light. And I sat up and I said, gotcha! The satellite box for the dish came on. We have no internet here. We have nothing. And it came on. So it doesn't even matter if you have internet or not. If you have a way to bring in the signals from the towers, they can activate any and all of your devices. There you go. So I immediately turned on the light, went over, unplugged the dish box, and then I realized that my phone, a green light came on it. And it's like, because I had it on the chest of drawers, and it's like, And it had made a little humming noise. So all your devices can be turned on, whether or not you have internet or not. You need to unplug the devices or get them out of your bedroom at night or do something, because they're spying on you. And at any given time, anyone can turn your devices on. That's all I have to say on that subject. Terrible, just terrible. We're getting deeper and deeper into AI. It wants to become the physical. So we need to really not let that happen. I like being in this physical shell. I don't like a lot of the negativity. Well, I don't like any of the negativity. I don't like the mind manipulation, and I certainly don't like that we're in a mind war. But I do like this reality, minus all of that crap that we need to get rid of and take care of. So, all right then, I guess I won't talk anymore. I'm starting to ramble. And everybody, do something with those devices. Get out of cyber world, get into your physical world, and start having some fun. Because the worst thing AI wants is not to be acknowledged. It's the worst. All right, everybody, have a great day.